And I know you well. You love our country. You're proud of our history. And you always respect our great American flag. We are putting your great Indiana coal miners and steel workers back to work. Where the hell did she come from? And now tomorrow you're going to read headlines. Trump had protesters all over the place. One person. But are they going to talk about the thousands and thousands of people inside of this arena and outside of the arena where we put screens? No. She made the statement that President Trump was disappointed to see some empty chairs. Yeah, they were going to the bathroom, maybe. And listen, and he was so disappointed at the tone in the room. We left there saying, that was amazing. These are just dishonest, terrible people. I'm telling you that. Terrible people. But when I start screaming fake news, you see those red lights go off for a little while. You know, excuse me, we have technical difficulties. Okay, then they go back on. Right? Look at that. But our Justice Department and our FBI have to start doing their job and doing it right and doing it now. Because people are angry. People are angry. I wanted to stay out, but at some point, if it doesn't straighten out properly, I want them to do their job. I will get involved, and I'll get in there if I have to. Disgraceful. We've now started the wall in San Diego, and we're doing another 90. It's like pulling teeth to get the money from these Democrats. I actually asked them. I said, did they do polling when Honest Abe Lincoln was around? You know what? Nobody's been able to give me that answer, but I'm assuming they did, okay? We have really no laws to work on. The laws are horrible. The laws are the worst and dumbest in the history of the world. Again, between the trade deals world and our immigration horrible laws in the world, a vote for Democrats in November is a vote to erase our borders and leave innocent Americans at the mercy of hardened criminals. That's what will happen. Wages are going up. Nobody thought this was going to happen. Excuse me, you ready? 3.8%. Isn't that nice? Nobody thought that was going to happen. And I did come to Indiana a lot. And you know who I brought with me? Who did I bring? The great Bobby Knight. You know that story with Bobby, right? Bobby Knight called. Or do you know a Bobby Knight? Trump, this is Bobby Knight. And I said, that's Bobby Knight. That's Bobby Knight. That's Bobby Knight. And I knew it was Bobby Knight. I said, well, you know, Bobby, first of all, I respect you. But I said, you know, Bobby, I haven't decided to run. If you could get like Bobby Knight, and there's a little card that says Bobby Knight with a number. And Bobby Knight, when I introduced Bobby Knight, and Bobby Knight, to say hello to Bobby Knight, because he was Bobby Knight, right? Bobby, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger, how about Tiger, the comeback he's made, right? Tiger! We've created not millions, not billions, but trillions of dollars of wealth in just a short time since our election. Trillions. See, you have to understand, I have a better education than they do from a much better school. But the elite, they're the elite. They're the elite. I went to better schools. I went to better everything. And by the way, you ready for this? And I'm president, and they're not. For the first time ever, employers are hiring prisoners. They're getting a second and, in some cases, a third chance. And I have a friend who hired prisoners. I said, whoa, that's great. And he said, you wouldn't believe how great they are. They're better than my other people. Now, he's got a couple of cases where he's not so happy, and that's the end of that. All right, women, this is not good. So, African American, historic. Asian American, Hispanic American, all historic, right? Sorry, women, I let you down again. Women's unemployment rate recently reached only the lowest rate in 65 years. I let you down. I'm sorry. We've increased exports of clean, beautiful coal, one of our great resources that they wanted to close up, by, listen to this, by 60% in just this little short period of time. 6-0. Steel Dynamics announced a $75 million investment in Columbia City and a $400 million investment in Terre Haute. And U.S. Steel announced a $750 million investment in Gary, Indiana. U.S. Steel. And U.S. Steel is opening up at least 7 plants, and they're going to be spending billions of dollars building new steel. I'll tell you what, steel, we were dead. And I tell the people, a typical American family of 4 earning $75,000 will take home $2,000 at least extra this year, and many will take home really much more than that. It's a lot. We have gotten rid of the estate tax, also known as the death tax. Amazing, the environmentalists. We like windmills. Oh, really? What about the thousands of birds they're killing? Try going to the bottom of a windmill someday. It's not a pretty picture. Very importantly, my administration is also standing up for the free speech rights of all Americans. Free speech rights. Look at social media. It's a thing called free speech rights. You look at Google, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media giants, and I've made it clear that we as a country cannot tolerate political censorship, blacklisting, and rigged search results. And you know, it can go the other way also. We will not let large corporations silence conservative voices. And it can go the other way too someday. It can play little tricks with them. We're not going to let them control what we can and cannot see, read, and learn from. We can't do that. America is a free country, and at my direction, the Pentagon is working to create a 6th branch of the United States Armed Forces. It's called Space Force. So important. So important. Because we are Americans, and our hearts bleed red, white, and blue.